My scary stories are real. And this is manipulation part 6. And this is going to be a trigger warning. I want to ask some of my parents a question. Wonder if your child was playing in their room and you overheard them having a conversation with something. You know, as an adult, you're going to be like, all kids have an imagination. But wonder if your child comes to you and tell you something specifically that happened in your childhood. You're trying to figure out how they know. You ask your child, where did you get that from? And they say, my friend be talking to me. You say, what friend? What friend told you that? You said the friend that be coming to see me in my room when I'm playing. Then you say, it's not a joke. What you just said to me was not funny. They say, Mom, Dad, my friend told me. Then your child come back to you and says, you need to call your mama because she not going to be here tomorrow. And you go, why would you say something like that? And then your child says, because my friend told me that grandmother is going to be in the hospital and she might die. Then you get a call that your mama is in the hospital. She ain't got time to live. As a parent of a spiritual child, but you don't know your child has a gift, what would you do? Let me tell you what my mama did. After my exorcism at the age of, we're going to say 7, I was traumatized. Oh, the Christians made it the way that I will not ever step foot in that motherfucker again. So, my mama decides that being that I'm seeing all of these things that's coming to pass, right? She takes me to a psychiatrist. Yes, a psychiatrist that didn't look anything like me. So I remember, I'm going to tell you the first time I went to the psychiatrist. Oh, my mama had a field day. She was telling them people all type of stuff that wasn't going on. But she forgot to mention the fact that they performed an exorcism on me. She forgot to inform the fact that the reason why they performed the exorcism on me because I had something on me. She forgot to mention how I was prophesizing and saying certain things. So, my mom leaves the room, and I'm in the room with the wife and the husband. The wife walks up to her chest drawer and takes off her blouse, and she started cleaning herself with baby wipes and shit. Putting on earrings and looking at different blouses to wear. She put the blouse on and tucked it in her skirt. The doctor hit the bell, put his seat on the table, and proceeded to read the newspaper smoking on his pipe. When the bell rung, they called my mama in and they said all type of stuff. She shakes a lot. She was talking, she was touching stuff. And I'm a kid. You know, back in the day, we couldn't call no adults no liars. And I'm looking at my mom like, ain't none of that stuff happening. So, I have to go to the nurse and take medicine every day. So my little friend said, ask the nurse what it's for. I asked the nurse in the school, I said, why I gotta come here every day and take this medication? She said, because there's something wrong with your mind. My little friend tells me, every day you go get it, you don't take it. So I go in the nurse office. Right before I leave, she give me the water and the pill, and she made me check my tongue and shit. Now I had the medicine all the way back here in my mouth. Spit it out when I leave. Now everybody is looking at my progress, and they're like, yeah, her progress is really good. But my mama was like, it couldn't be because she's still talking shit. She's still telling things she ain't supposed to say, so the medicine ain't working. Now I'm going to all type of neurologists and all type of motherfucking doctors and shit. I'm gonna tell y'all too. Part of my life, I was homeschooled, and the only people and the kids that I had to see was my relatives and, my cousins. When my mama put me in public school for the first time, the anxiety that I caught as an empath. Oh, she really couldn't stop me from telling people business then. Because now, as I'm growing up and now I'm coming of age, it was hard for her to control it. So I remember, because a lot had happened around that time. I had this exorcism. I got essayed. I had my first death experience. Now my mom is portraying and telling folks that I'm crazy because I can speak to the dead. Now I'm a teenager and I'm becoming exhausted with spirituality in my everyday life. I'm going through all of this stuff in my adversity. I'm alone. I don't have nobody to talk to but my little friend. My mama turning everybody against me. I don't have nobody. Nothing. So one day, she takes me to the psychiatrist. And like usual, she makes me look like the bad guy. He was just like, the expression on his face was just like, what the fuck? He sit me down and he talking to me. And he was different. His name was Dr. Cox. He was different than the rest of the counselors because he asked me questions. He gave a fuck. He wanted to know where my head was and stuff like that. So he sits me down and he's just like, I can't believe what I just heard. He said, you know what your mama came in here and said about you? I was like, yeah. He was like, how do you feel about that? And I said, maybe that's how she feels about me. He said, I'm going to tell you this. I ain't believe nothing that she said. And he said, and if you tell me something that is wrong, I'm gonna help with that situation. Because what she just came in here and said to me, I don't even think she know what she said. He was a little eccentric, and I can tell you by being who I am that the reason he understood what was going on because he was me. And I was finally happy. I was finally happy that now someone is finally believing me. So he was like, what you like to do? I said, I like to draw. I like to write. Dr. Cox said, what you write about? I said, my life, stuff that I've been through. I said, I wouldn't mind reading at our next appointment. I couldn't wait to go see Dr. Cox that Thursday. News came on, local therapist picked up hitchhiker and was murdered. Last thing Dr. Cox told me was to keep on writing my truth.